On this episode of the Spiritual Badass Podcast, we are going to talk about rapidly transforming your intuitive healing gifts, your ability to connect with spirit, your ability to connect with your intuition, and all of the in-between. So that rapid transformation feels very elusive when you're starting your spiritual journey, but the reality is it is possible, and it is something that I've been witnessing. And when I went through this process, I witnessed it in myself. So it took me a little bit to put all of the modalities together, but now in my accelerated intuitive program, they are having rapid accelerated transformation in their intuitive connection to themselves, in their just kind of their healing journey, and their ability to use the Akashic records. So we're going to chat about that today on this episode of the Spiritual Badass Podcast. So what I witnessed in the students through the accelerated intuitive program is really this powerful shift in awareness and who they are, and really this powerful shift in letting go in their old boundaries and things that were holding them back in their life, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So when we really learn to let go of the things that are holding us back, and most of the time we don't know how deep those things are. So that is the best part about the accelerated intuitive program, is the DNA activations really take a lot of the guesswork out of what do I need to be doing next. If you're constantly asking spirit, what do I need to be doing? What do I need to be doing? What do I need to be doing? So the best part about accelerated intuitive is you do not have to ask that question any longer, because the DNA activations really go in and dig out whatever it is that is holding you back. So it is a really powerful tool to use to shake up everything in your DNA that is holding you back. So if it's cords from your past lives, if it's things from today, if it's just emotions, feelings, trauma, pain, whatever it is. So when people want to enroll in accelerated intuitive, we have to have an interview, because it is a very, very deep process. So part of that, going through that kind of call, is really just seeing where you're at. Are you ready and prepared for all of your past stuff to come up, the stuff that you've buried, the stuff that you've held back and pushed down because you didn't know what to do with all of those thoughts, feelings, emotions, actions, reactions. So, and having this deep, rapid transformation can be really overwhelming. It hits the students pretty fast, and there's always a PSA I have with the students, that it happens fast. And one of the students had made a comment. She said, I've been doing spiritual work for a really long time. And it was really funny, this round of students, they were almost all on their spiritual journey for 7 years. And one of the students said, I really, I kind of thought you were full of shit when you said you really got to be prepared, you got to be ready. And the reality is, it did hit her like a ton of bricks. So and then, because her comment was she's like, shit, I really should have paid more attention, or I should have listened more. And it's not a bad thing. It's just really a shift, because things start coming like fleeting forward on, holy shit, what's happening, what's going on, what do I do? And that is kind of my responsibility in the program, really, is guiding everybody through, making sure everybody's in a good place, that we're dealing with what's coming up. What do we need to ask spirit to do? What do you need to do physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally? What do you need to process? What do you need to understand? And really just helping everybody process what they're going through, what's coming up. And it's really amazing, because what I've witnessed in the students is personal shifts, just kind of outward shifts of having boundaries, just kind of shifting. Not that there's anything bad or wrong with any of the students to begin with, but they're starting to come into their own power, is what I like to say. And one of the students even said, she's like, I hear you say that, but I never really knew what it meant until now. Now I understand what it means, where I'm really starting to step forward in my own power, understanding my power, spiritual power, and, me as just a human being power. So, that superpower that you have is really who you are, what you bring to the world, and your uniqueness, and it's really this powerful and expansive experience. And when you don't get to like put forth your superpower in the world, it's kind of a bummer because not everybody does everything the same way. Everybody's meant to do something in their life. And whether you choose to really put yourself in that space and really try to get into that energy, get into that mindset, get into finding that purpose and putting your energy into that purpose, it is 100% up to you and where you want to be and how you want to live your life. So you get to have that experience and you get to, sit back and let life happen, or you get to take the reins and really put yourself out there and put yourself in that position of ultimate power and who you are and who you really are and what you bring to the world. So that is a personal free will choice that you have. So, in accelerated intuitive right now, what the students are realizing is, holy shit, I do have a superpower. My gifts are amazing. What I offer the world is amazing. So really helping them understand, what they have to offer the world and they're starting to feel it and they're starting to just live in that new energy of themselves. So it's really hard to describe how that is, but it's really what I witness is they're just really stepping forward in their own. They're really coming into who they really are, what they really have to offer the world, their power, their intelligence, their strength, their intuitive gifts, their healing gifts. All of these things are really coming forward. So when I like to talk a lot about finding your superpower is really who you are, what you have to offer the world, and your unique way of offering that to the world. A lot of us do energy healing, but I don't do traditional Reiki anymore. My energy healing has morphed into a really powerful combination of really deep, intense soul acknowledgement, soul clearing, Akashic records. So I do a lot of deep clearing and healing through your past lives, through this life. And there's just this really powerful method that I have created. I do not really use Reiki. I use more light language. I use my own version of energy healing. And it's just really a powerful combination that has been able to expand over the years, and it's also a trial and error, and it's a process to allow yourself to expand, to not use the methods that you use that are traditional and make them your own. So, how do you exude that? How do you put that power into the world? How do you, still seem relevant maybe in the spiritual world if you're not using traditional methods, where the reality is your power lies in how you use your methods and how you use the methods that you learn. So everybody in accelerated intuitive right now is learning how to work in their Akashic records. They learn it how I taught myself how to work in the Akashic records, how to do it for yourself, for your clients, how to clear, how to do the things. And when they go out into the world and make it theirs, it's going to shift a little bit for them. Maybe the clearings will look a little different. Maybe the energy will look a little bit different. And that's okay. That's exactly how it's supposed to be for them, So just teaching them my methods and teaching them, the powerful ways that I've learned to work in the records to get information out of, my Akashic records, my personal soul's history, and how to have them work in their own personal soul's history, how to have them work in their clients' soul's histories, So it's not only, accelerated intuitive is not only a method for personal intuition and healing development, plus personal healing and intuitive, intuitive acceleration of your gifts and your healing gifts, and connecting to clairs and connecting to spirit, and just doing that in a faster, more powerful way than you did before. Just makes it simpler, just makes it easy, just makes it, you don't have to think about it, because your clairs just really start to shift during this program, because you're releasing so much, you're releasing so many emotional burdens and traumas. You're releasing so much from your past lives. You're releasing so much from today, that your mind, your body, and your soul have so much more freedom to expand your spiritual gifts. You have so much more mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical freedom to expand in that realm, because you are no longer held back by a lot of the stuff that was holding you back before, because most of the time you don't even know how much you're being held back. So it's really this powerful experience in this powerful place. So if you're in this place of, I'm been trying to develop my gifts forever, I need to connect more, I need to do more, I don't know what it is, you are welcome to reach out about Accelerated Intuitive. The next round starts June 7th. And it is limited in class space. So I believe I have another interview today. So So 5. So I'll have only 5 spots left. So it is, I do keep it low for a reason, because I want to make sure every student in there gets exactly what they need mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And, when you experience these rapid acceleration of your intuitive and healing gifts, it can really throw you off balance, but it's also this magical experience of letting go, releasing, and then all of a sudden it just feels like your whole life shifted for the better. If you do the work, you have to do the work, and every student in the program right now is doing all of the work and then some. So everybody's having massive shifts, massive transformations, massive up-leveling of their gifts. And it's a really powerful experience to witness, to help them facilitate, to help them guide them through, and to really watch them come into their true magic and their true power, which they've always had. They've always, had and been able to present. They just get to present it now in a stronger, more powerful way to them. And they really get to show up, in this kind of unrestricted way, let's say it like that. So they're no longer restricted by what was restricting them before, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So they really are taking up this new space in their life, in their energy and intuitive healing gifts. And it's a really powerful and awesome thing to witness. So if you're in that space of, I don't know what more I need to do, I don't know how much more I, have to offer, how many more classes do I have to take, how many more books do I have to read? I want my gifts to be stronger, faster, easier. And, accelerated intuitive can put you in that place within 12 weeks. That is how long the class lasts. Some students might take a little bit longer in that class, and that's totally okay. I still facilitate for them after, even if 12 weeks is over. So, if you're in this place of, holy shit, maybe that's what I need, please don't hesitate to reach out. It does start June 7th. If you happen to hear this after that, please reach out. Some people started late in this round, and that was okay. They just catch up at their own speed. And but I will try to keep it very limited to 8 people. So please let me know if you have questions on that. And please know that rapid acceleration of your intuitive healing gifts is possible. It is possible to do it safely. It is possible to have an expansion that you've been waiting for, asking for, wishing for. It is possible. It is within your reach. If you're ready to do the work to invest in yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, because there's a financial investment in the program. But if you're ready for all of that, if you're really ready to dive deep, to let go, to do this process and allow, it really is life-changing and transformative. So if you're in that space and you're ready, please let me know. Don't hesitate to reach out. I have a whole bunch more episodes coming of the Spiritual Badass podcast. There is just a variety of different things, some really cool kind of tantric energy. There is some, trying to think of all the beautiful students. There is a couple of like spiritual business mentors. There is a couple just different people that'll be on the podcast. Some beautiful souls. I love doing the podcast for that reason, to meet new people, to see where they came from, where they're at, what they're doing, and how they're helping the world. So what else I have going on? Accelerated Intuitive, like we talked about, and also Intuition Unleashed is a spiritual membership for intuitive healers, light workers, starseeds, whoever you are, whatever you want to call yourself, to have fun ways to enhance and develop your intuitive gifts, as well as easy, simple, spiritual business and marketing techniques to implement in your business. Maybe you need to revitalize your business. Maybe you need to really put some time and energy into really understanding and branding and getting down to your unique clients, how to use software, all those things. Intuition Unleashed is starting June 5th as well. So if you get in on that now before then, there is a discount. Otherwise, it will go up a little bit. It'll go up to $99 when the class starts. So if you get in on that early, it is $68.88 right now. So don't hesitate to reach out. I also have a healing and clearing Akashic session. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to name it yet. I'm going to kind of combine my gifts to make it simpler. So I'm just going to have an intuitive session, and I'm going to also have instead of having just a clearing session and an Akashic session, I'm going to combine them because I really use both methods anyways in there. So that's what I have available. That's what I have going on. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. If you're like, I don't know if this is for me, I don't know if I'm in that space, please don't hesitate. I have a free call for Accelerated Intuitive. We talk it all through. It is not a pressure situation. If you're not ready, you're not ready. It's totally okay. But if you're like, holy fuck, this is what I need, please don't hesitate to reach out. my calendar, is, so please let me know if you tried to book that and there's no time. I want to try to get you in before the class starts. So please don't hesitate to reach out and say, hey, Erin, there's no appointments available before the class starts. So please don't hesitate to reach out if that is the case. I will fit you in if you want to have an interview for Accelerated Intuitive before it starts next week. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a kick-ass week and be ready for some more episodes coming.